Today, you're going to learn about the 302 redirect, what it is, why it's important, and why you should probably avoid it. We're going to dive into kind of the basics on HTTP protocol and what that means, and then jump into the 302 redirect next. I'm Tommy Griffith with ClickMinded.com. Let's get going. So before we jump into 302 redirects, I just want to do a brief overview on HTTP protocol in general before we get going. The internet is made up really of two core things, and that's clients and servers, right? So you have clients, web clients, that's your browser, right? Maybe it's Chrome, maybe it's Firefox, maybe it's Safari. If you're a godforsaken human being, maybe it's Internet Explorer. But if you're you're usually accessing the internet through one of these clients, right? Whenever you request a website, you're usually making a request from a web server. You make a request and the server responds. That's happening every single time you're clicking a link. You make this request using what we call the HTTP protocol. Okay, so protocols are really just standards that everyone on the internet has agreed to. It's no different than English or Spanish or Chinese. It's a language that we've all agreed to, right? So a client makes a request to the server. What happens next? Status codes let us know whether the request was a success, a failure, or something in between, right? That's what an HTTP status code is. Okay, so let's jump into each one of these next. So the 100 block, these are informational requests. The 200 block, those are successful requests. The 300 block are going to be for redirects, redirection. 400 block will be for client errors, and 500 block will be for server errors. The 300 block are for redirects, right? So you requested an address, but you were sent somewhere else. And there's a bunch of different types of redirects, right? A 301 redirect, a 302, a 304, 305, and 307. We're going to talk about all these a little bit more, but any status code on the 300 block will be a redirection request. Okay, so HTTP status code 302 found. So the 302 found, or 302 redirect, as it's colloquially known, is similar to a 301 redirect, but link equity is not passed here, and URLs are not replaced in search results. In general, a 302 redirect is not good, right? There's very few situations actually where you'd want to use a 302 redirect. Most of the time, 302 redirects are bad ideas. 302 redirects are generally used maybe when you're collecting data. It's a temporary state of being, right? You're not permanently replacing URLs, so there's just very few situations where you would be utilizing this, right? Sometimes some people that manually run A/B tests are implementing 302 redirects, but there's still very few situations where you would be doing something like this. In general, you want to be implementing a 301 redirect instead. So most of the time, avoid the 302 redirect. And so that's it. That very simply is what a 302 redirect is. So I hope that was helpful. If it was useful and you learned something today, go ahead and click subscribe down below for even more digital marketing tactics and tips from us. If you're on YouTube, would love a comment from you. Are you seeing a 302 redirect? What's going on? Tell me about it. I read every single one. Finally, if you want our HTTP status code guide, along with a tool to check your HTTP status codes, and all of this as a comprehensive free downloadable, go ahead and click the link down below to clickminded.com to get that free download now. Thanks a lot.